Welcome, chat. Welcome back to another stream. Another stream of I Wani Hug That Gator. I'm gonna come back to do as much as I can to try to finish it. And yeah, hopefully to get the best ending. So let's begin. Let us get into the game. Let's do this. It's been nearly a full month, and things are starting to feel natural in school now. Well, at least compared to my old schools, except now I've actually made some good friends. I'm pretty sure we're good friends anyways. I don't really know how to measure friendship. Outside of that party a few days ago, I haven't hung out with any of them outside of school. If friends just hang out at school and good friends did stuff outside of school, where does that put us? Well, it's still early in the school year. I'll figure out the friendship conversation rate at some point. And it's not like I'm rushing either. Shades, focus! Leave my current thoughts. I realize I'm in the middle of climbing a rock wall in the gymnasium. Huh. Why was I spacing out again? What? Oh, right. Oh, the blood rushing to my head. Ouch. Alright, peel yourself off my majestic gym floor and hit the showers. Phew, made it just in time. I'll take my seat right next to Olivia and let myself relax for a second. Olivia, as usual, doodling away in her notebook. I take a peek at her new work, curious to see who she's trying to turn into a caricature today. Instead, the page is filled with various scribbles, what looks to be a rat. The only piece of shading for its fur is just on its head, save for a white spot around its right eye. Looks like the same one she doodled on the note we passed around in history class. The mirrored mural showed it in various poses and scenarios, some basic and some pretty creative. There's even one wearing a cape, and wielding a ridiculous giant sewing needle like a sword. These rat doodles of yours are pretty cute. Thanks. Actually, that reminds me. Look who else I drew over the weekend. She shoots a couple of pages on her notebook and holds it up to me to see. Much to my surprise, it's none other than Mia. Olivia decided to draw her as what I can only describe in the most flattering ways as a druggy harlot. Her clothes were even more ripped than her usual attire. Her jacket is filled with all kinds of unflattering patches, and her hair is styled in a gaudy mohawk that only detracts slightly from a face full of piercings and rings. In fact, she's a couple of rings piercing her eyelids to the point where I think it would be possible to keep her eyes open from the weight. And that's not even getting it into all the tattoos that Olivia has drawn on Mia's face. I can't even help but let out a snicker at the sight. You like? She's sporting a smug grin as she looks my way. I mean, it's funny, but how can she even breathe all those nose rings? Doesn't need to. She's full of hot air already. The girl chuckled at her own joke. I bet she saw it. Steam would blow out of her ears. Yeah, she stomped around uselessly and then do nothing else. Seems like a pretty good idea of how she works. She's just predictable. It's not rocket science. We're interrupted by a pair of students. I recognize them though I only know one of their names. Yo, Inko, my Humi. So I saw that they have submitted for the contest, and I just love it. It was so good I had to show it to my friend. Yeah, man, I just had to come see who made it when Lunara told me all about it. And when she told me, I was like, oh me god. I just knew when I saw you, you had that artistic spirit. Pretty damn fantastic, especially for a newbie. I'm a bit taken back by her backhanded compliment. Still, it's a compliment. The first real one I've had since coming to St. Hammond. But my art, I mean. Oh my gosh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Kiara. It's so nice to meet you. Yeah, likewise. Cool. I mean, it's not that great of a piece. It's just something I had on hand. Last minute? Damn, you're selling yourself way too short there. Yeah, your work is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I think we should hang out sometime. Oh, you slut. Oh, you slut. Stop trying to get into our pants. Whoa. Whoa, Lenaro, you're shaming your friend there? Oh shit, the bell's ringing soon. Already? Damn. Well, it was nice seeing you again, Inko. Keep up the great work. Be seeing you later. Yeah, be seeing you real soon, Inko. I can't almost smile at my new friends, wave their goodbye, and depart. A heady feeling of joy washing through my head as I replay their words of praise repeatedly. In the corner of my eye, Olivia's smile reflects the overwhelming cheer I'm feeling. Well, it seems to have vanished the moment I look away. Seems like I'm becoming the talk of the school. I mean, I hope that I get a good positive feedback on my work, but I didn't realize that'll be that good. Olivia chews her lip in confirmation before turning to me. Say, Inko, can I see your submission? Sure, give me a second. Luckily, I'm prepared, as not only do I have my portfolio drive, but I finally set up a cloud drive for it. It's as simple as opening the application on my phone and swiping it to the exact digital copy to present it to Olivia. Ta-da! I consider it my magnum opus. Magnum opus, I finally got to say it. You keep a copy of it on your phone. I got my whole portfolio in cloud storage. I learned it was good practice from a couple of artist blogs. So what do you think? Oh, Olivia squints my phone as she does her best to formulate her opinion. It's, nice. The composite of it is really something. You mean composition? Yeah, that. You did great, Ingo. Huh? Getting a compliment from Olivia for my work feels a bit alien to me. Maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something new. Yeah, I can almost feel it now. Yep, that's his name. Incognito. Ace photographer, capable of capturing masterpieces through a photo lens. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. Olivia must see my self-congratulatory grin because of her own drops. Alright, you did good. Don't let it go to your head. When the grin remains, she forces it off by elbowing me in chest. Gah! Warned you. That's going to leave a bruise. With that exchange behind us, Olivia and I get ready for class. Okay. As was the norm by now, Miss Ida Khan began class with some violent abuse of school property. Good morning. Now settle down, we've got announcements to go over. I sit back in my seat, subtly feeling out the spot where Olivia smacked me to check. Yeah, bruised, sheesh. As a pale Pterodon continued on reading from the announcement sheet, like he did every day, I found myself lost in my own thoughts. Nothing really else happens when I consider out of the ordinary. Things I knew, like the school itself. I finally started to become mundane. Later at lunch, I'm rattling off my best stand-up to Olivia, while Damien's out getting seconds. Liz has retreated to our usual space in the rafters. And then he says, "Oh god damn, Danyum. Oh god damn." Olivia's hand flies to her nose, trying and failing to contain a snout-filled laughter. It's sort of a chain reaction as my own laughter spills over my mouth full of cheap school burger. Ha! God, you suck at comedy, Inko. Olivia drinks greedily from her canteen to alleviate her sore vocal cords. Is that why you're all out of breath? It was a pity laugh. Stick to photography. You got a better one? The mood is slow to settle, and once Olivia has caught her breath, she speaks with a snide smile. In fact, I do. So, a Triceratops, a T-Rex, and a Rhinorex find a lamp. Her mouth clamps shut and eyes go wide. Olive? Perfect. I was looking for you too. Olivia casts her eyes down to her lunch, spearing her mystery meat roughly with a talon. Hey Ben, what's up? I figured I'd come by and congratulate you on your submission entry. This again? I mean, it is my best piece, but all the praise for it is still surprising. It's exhilarating, always compliments and everything. Thanks, man. Hey, maybe I'll be the winner of the contest. What do you think, Olivia? The green Gator girl flinches. Ben shakes his head. Also, Olivia, great to catch you here. Principal Scalar wanted me to remind you that you need to clean up after yourself. Leaving messes in class can disrupt students in odd periods. Scalar said that? Why not tell Olivia herself? She's busy and tired of reminding you. Olivia scoffs at the mention of her principal. Keeps her mouth firmly closed. Might not be that important then. Inko, I spent my entire school period cleaning up her mess because she's not taking anything seriously. I'm not surprised. I'm not supposed to be Scalar's errand boy, and I'm certainly not supposed to be a personal janitor. I'm left to frown at Olivia, giving Ben the silent treatment. Was it of me to think that she'd be more open with everyone else like she is with me? Do you know how hard it is to scrub baking soda out of the carpet once it's dried? Can you just try to not make others' lives harder? Ben, what the hell? I didn't mean that. I went too far, sorry. Olivia tries to shoot me an indifferent gaze. It cracks a bit into embarrassment when I didn't return it. Ben's comment is completely uncalled for. I just can't stand around if she's not even going to defend herself. Come on, Ben, leave her alone. My point being, Olivia, this is completely ridiculous. I expect better from you. Expect? How can you have expectations for her? That came out a little wrong. Well, I expected her to do the bare minimum and not waste my time. Olivia doesn't even bother looking at Ben. Instead, she's looking at me with a sad face until she quietly wheels away from us. I think I went a little too far there. Man, he pinches his brow and sighs. And left standing here with the student council president, wondering what I had done that earned me Olivia's ire just now. That bad. Mia really wanted me to have lunch with her today. She's definitely going to give me an earful after school. He glances at his phone and grimaces at the notifications. Spoke too soon. She's giving me one right now. Wait till you grab your lunch while there's still time. Ben glances up at one of the clocks in the lunchroom. There's only about 10 minutes of lunch left. Bah, you're right, but the lines usually closed 5 minutes ago. His fist hammers his palm in epiphany. Oh, you use the vending machines out there. Anything good there? I've been enjoying your atomic hot taquitos recently, but Damien tells me he's a bigger fan of the bitter melon bites. Bitter melon it is. I don't think my tail could handle the amount of capsaicin. Ben gets up from his seat. Alright, I'll go check it out. Let's see. One of his feet gets caught on the stool and he stumbles headfirst right into Damien's tray stacked high of mystery meat. He face plants right through the tray and onto the floor. On the bright side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. On the dark side, the mystery meat cushions his fall. Whoa, Ben, you alright? I drop from my seat and go to help him up. Blair. Instinctively, I took a look around the cafeteria. All eyes are on us. I already hear it starting. Various murmurs about the safety of the student council president. Murmurs that start breaking into jeers. I know how this song and dance goes. It's over for Ben. He gets up and dusts off his blazer. Not exactly what I meant when I said meet and greet Damien. Oh, yeah, you're right, sorry. All of a sudden, the entire attitude of the cafeteria shifted before my eyes. The jeers were deflected into a general amusement that permeated throughout the room. One nearby student stands up and hands him a few napkins to wipe his face off. Hey, thanks. How does he manage to stay composed while covered in school mystery meat? I'm both impressed and jealous. You okay? Thought you could handle meat. Nah, even if I swallow any of it, it takes more than that to really be an issue. I'll be fine. Thanks for the concern, though. Even as he brushes off the lunchroom grime, Ben carries himself with dignity. If that had been me, this guy has some seriously quick wit. No, it's probably a little more of it than that. Man, I was looking forward to eating that. Why on earth did you even have that much meatloaf? I asked the cafeteria lady earlier this morning to let me have the leftovers. Although now it's gone a bit to waste. His eyes remains on the floor. Some poor janitor's going to have to mop all that up. Maybe... Don't even think about it. Yeah, don't hit the floor, man. The bell signaling out next class toils, and fistfights and gang wars cease on command, and everyone starts milling towards the exit. The cafeteria empties, though, but I can clearly see the Ben-shaped meatloaf angel on the floor. There's a familiar rubbery and textured feeling on my fingertips. My instincts are kicked in, and hands going for my camera to catch the moment. After which, a sense of shame rolls over me. That I would even consider capturing something like this, especially when it's happening to my friend. I get off my seat with a heavy sigh and finally head for my next class. I hope Ben will have the time to clean up for photography. He's got 5 minutes. On my way to photography, I'm still a bit caught up by what happened. I think I'm starting to see how Ben accomplished that. I mean, ordinarily an incident that embarrassing would be just detrimental to your social standing. On my first day, I went through something like that. An event so humiliating, people were spreading rumors for days. Sure, they died out pretty quick, but the fact is that it happened. One moment everything is fine, then suddenly something you couldn't have even seen coming just upends your life. Stuff like that could happen all the time, and to anyone. It's something that always terrifies me. It's something that just happened to men only. He was exempt. He was quick on his feet, diffused the situation faster than he could have really started. It's like disaster avoidance. I seriously think it's the most important skill one can have. To have everything under control, to see trouble from a mile away and make it a non-issue, even when it takes you by surprise. That sort of social capital is something I need. Maybe it's a little selfish, but if I were seen that way, then any sudden happenings would be forgiven instantly. Of course, Ben isn't alone. The world is full of people with that skill. Only I'd be lying if I said most of them deserved it. Most people able to get away with stuff use their unique abilities just for that. Getting away with stuff. What should have been seen as a blessing of a social buffer is just some enabling trait of theirs, a charismatic get-out-of-jail-free card. If I had that ability, I'll use it to push myself to my limits, both artistically and productively. That's my ultimate goal. Ben is one of the good ones, definitely. He's definitely earned my respect over this. The question remains though, how do I get like that? That line of thinking is cut off as I round the next corner. Wanted to talk with you, Olivia. At the center of the intersection, I see Mia and Olivia. Oh, come the fuck on. Come the fuck now, Olivia. Don't be such a killjoy. I'm trying to be nice here. The grin on Mia's face is jovial as she stands before the wheelchair-bound girl. Her tail lazily swaying as she eyes Olivia. Man, I never realized how lethal the spikes on her tail look. After all, have to be nice to someone as talented as Olivia, don't I? Leaving behind her are a pair of similarly smiling soaring girls. Actually, wait a minute. Those two... they're Mia's friends? I mean, she shows her way around a palette and canvas. Right, Olivia? Right, Olivia, a paraplegic Picasso here. That's you, right? I can't imagine how useless you must feel otherwise. I'm so glad you're able to put those thoughts aside and paint some things you like. Mia takes a step towards Olivia, her previous expression taking on a more ominous air. Yet for all that talent and untapped potential, you seem to lack some of the basics expected of a functioning young adult. Mia's lips part, revealing a cruel grin. I hear you've been really dirty, messy little baby, leaving your stuff everywhere in class and getting all over the place. They should stick you in a cute little bib. Kiara and Lenara laugh, jeering loudly at Olivia. Mia snaps her finger, causing the two of them to go quiet. Still, I don't want to believe it. Those two. They were so nice to me. What are they doing with Mia? I know them. They're smart. They know if this is what it looks like. It's horrible. I know them. They're smart. They know if this is what it looks like. So what it looks, it's horrible. It's horrible. They know if this is what it looks like. It's horrible. And not the kind of people to punch down like this. But they all decided to do this, right? So what's going on? Is it a multiple situation? Mia takes another step forward, her figure looming over Mia as she looks down with a cruel sneer on her lips. Normally I wouldn't waste my time trying to single you out, but I'm gonna use this moment to make you get the picture. Benny was supposed to join me for lunch, but he had to stay behind to clean up after your mess. You got your issues. You can't break a bike, whatever. You can't ride a bike, whatever. That's your fucking problem. Stop making it mine, Olivia. Or do I need to start being a problem for you? Yeah, does Ben look like your nanny? Well, she does come pre-packaged with a stroller. Come on, Mia, that's crossing the line. Not like she can stand up to you, or anyone. What? I'm just chatting with Liv here. But if I did hurt your feelings, I'm really sorry. Kira's beat clicks loudly and rapidly, while Lenara's hand covers her maw to hide her giggle. I don't take it personally, Olivia, I'm just teasing you. Right, Liv? We're just one big happy family here. Lord knows, some of us could use one. Yeesh, Mia. I don't even know how to respond to it. Oh yeah. Lord knows, some of us here could use one. Like, yikes. I want to hear both sides of the story here. What history do Mia and Olivia have for a confrontation like this? I think getting upset over her missing lunch with Ben is extreme, but Mia's friends remain by her side. Completely steadfast against Olivia. Is it that bad? And yet, Olivia says nothing to her. She has her head atop of the knuckles of her hand, like I would during Prockling's history lessons. There were moments where Olivia's tail would press into the floor, shifting her chair back or to the side. It looked like she was attempting to sidestep the conversation with that muscular tail, but Mia's own movements cut off her escape attempts. Mia returns the calm stare. There's no emotion, but staring contest was a fight in its own way, and the first to look away would lose. Olivia's frigid indifference against Mia's piercing gaze. Kira ends up dropping her phone and both glare at her simultaneously. A draw? Kira, I swear I'll kill you one of these days. Olivia takes opportunity to move past Mia. Mia takes no time to toughen up her stance and continue her spew of insults. What? Leaving so soon? No response. And so quickly. That's almost normal walking speed. I was honestly thinking you need a cooler name to go with your need for speed. Hot Wheels. In an instant, Olivia stops to a screeching halt. Gone was her stoic face. In its place were eyes wide of shock. What the hell? Olivia's pace falters. Mia quickly steps ahead again and places her foot on the left wheel. Your brain-dead, fin-head friend told me back in gym class. He went on about how you had it back when you were still soiling your diapers. Honestly, I think you should embrace it. So say it. Well, are you retarded, you stupid bitch? Fucking say it. Jesus Christ, Mia. God, do you need fucking speech therapy too? Say it. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. See, I knew you could do it. Kinda fitting, I agree with half of it. Olivia's claws dig into her armrests. Man, it's the nuance. The point is that only half of it works. Mia turns to look at Kira and Lenara, eliciting some more giggles from them. I'm sure you wouldn't mind us making it look cool again though, right? I mean, You were such a winner back then. Mia leans in closer, her voice now a harsh, stage whisper, as she glares daggers for Olivia. What's wrong, Hot Wheels? Don't want to talk anymore? I'm not good enough for you? Even from afar, I can tell Olivia was starting to lose her composure. Her tail lays limp on the floor, as if the energy to hold it was draining away. Oh my god, I think this is bullying. I didn't want to believe it, but it's undeniable now. This is textbook bullying. It's unfair. It's like when you're in line to use the restroom, after hours and hours of waiting, and someone cuts in front of you. Completely inexcusable. This is the part where I should step in. What do I even say? I have to at least try, right? It is my duty as a fellow student. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all. Just be present for Mia against the horde. And it certainly wouldn't help if I got even bigger target on my back for Mia. Olivia wrenches herself free from Mia's foot and continues down the hole. The others follow like vultures. Oh man, I need to think and act fast. My legs move on their own, and I cross into the hallway. I'm instantly noticed. Mia already registers my presence, and her expression changes. My heart starts beating quicker and harder. It's time's up for being indecisive. Show sport for Olivia. And much as I want to go off on Olivia and her posses, much as I want to go off on Mia and her posses, Olivia wouldn't want me to try and standing up for her again. Not after how I tried to handle it with Ben. Olivia wouldn't want me to try standing up for her again. Not after how I tried to handle it, Ben. Besides, I'd probably fumble the words and make myself look like a fool anyway. So, there's not really much I can do. But what I can do is nothing. Say nothing, do nothing, just wait for Olivia to pass by. She stops in a bit of confusion, then quickly remembers she's currently on the run. When she passes by, I follow down the same hallway, slow my pace to be slightly behind her. Olivia turns to look at me with equal parts surprise and dread. I think a part of her fears that I'm about to say or do something really stupid. Instead, I merely give a warm smile. To be picked on by that many people at once, all certain they're doing no wrong, it's terrifying. In moments like this, she should know that she would know that someone's got her back. Moments like this, she would know that someone's got her back. Even if I have nothing to offer, at least the playing field will be a little bit less one-sided. Now that she has someone beside her. The hell. Hey, I know that jacket. And I know that bullseye for her head from a mile away. The group starts following behind us. Olivia glances over to me, and I return another small smile. Well, if it ain't Baldy. Coming in to save the day or something? I don't respond. Instead, I keep my head forward and keep walking on with Mia. That seems to catch Mia off a bit off guard, as I can hear the gears in her mind visibly start to turn. Hey, I'm still talking to you, Hot Wheels. The sounds of shuffling boots starting to gain on us. Just 'cause you have Baldy here now to protect you isn't gonna save your hide. Neither him or any of your dipshit friends. I see Olivia's claws starting to dig into her armrests at the nickname, but otherwise she maintains an apathetic leer. We walk more. The more CDs Mia keeps keeps blurting out to try and get a rise out of either of us. This is why you don't have any real friends, you skipless salamander. I don't know if Olivia I don't know if Olivia has a plan, because I don't fully understand why she's letting Mia walk all over her like this. But I remain steadfast and believe that she knows what she's doing. It's all really I can do. It's all I really can do. Who'd even want to be who'd even want to be with a cripple like ya? I can hear Mia laughing at her own words. Olivia, please change your mind and waste this bitch. So you got something to say now, Hot Wheels? She shrugs. If that's how you feel, Mia. What? Olivia doesn't say anything else. She only turns around and begins to wheel herself down the hallway. For a moment, I stand in place and watch as Mia tries to process what happened. Even a posse looks confused, unsure of what to say. You really got her, Mia. Yeah, definitely showed that livery bitch. Mia jerks her head to her cohorts and glares at them, angered by their pity comments. She then stares me down with obsidian daggers in her eyes. Well, that's my cue to leave. With a glance at a headless chicken, I scramble down the hallway to catch up with Olivia. Rounding the corner, there's no Olivia to be found. Where'd she go? I suddenly hear Lenara's voice echoing down the hallway, followed closely by Mia's. Mia, what are you doing? Get back here, ya fox. Oh no. Oh no. Not alone. Not with them. Dread fills me as I hear the pursuing predators' heavy footsteps approach me. I'm grabbed from behind. I'm dead. Whoa! Suddenly I'm violently pulled aside, right into the school's elevator by the collar of my jacket. Oh, thank God it wasn't Mia. She then jams a key into the slot and smashes the button to the second level. As the doors close, we hear Mia roar out for us. Next time I see those two again, I'm gonna make sure that oversized cue ball has to use that wheelchair of hers instead. Thankfully, the elevator door closed shut, and the car jerks upwards before making its ascent. I never knew I'd feel grateful to be in this depth trap. As I catch the breath I had unknowingly held, my eye aligned with a pair of silver serpentine eyes. I appreciate what you did for me back there. I'm surprised. I'm not sure what to really say. Not to really say back. Instead, I smile back and nod. In return, she gives me a half smile before recomposing herself. You should roll with me in the elevator now. How come? Well, you just become enemies of her. If she sees you, you'll be a wad of gum under her boot. Oh, joy. Yeah, your best bet is just to avoid her now. This way, you stay out of the hallways. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. Wait, the elevator will stop Mia from beating the snot out of me in the entire rest of the school? Yes. We hear the small electronic bing of the elevator, and the doors slide open. History class is as bland as it usually is. Proclin continues prattling on about some sort of historical event, but most of my attention is on Olivia. She has a hoodie over her head and looks lost in thought. That altercation must have shaken her up more than I'd thought it would be. A part of me wants to ask if she'll be okay, even though I already asked 3 times already. But the last thing I want to do is to prod at her. Soon enough, class nears end, and Olivia uses her accommodation to leave the class early. Besides, I can talk about it after school if she wants to anyways. The more I think about it, the more I realize that I had my first real confrontation with a bully at a school. I'd heard once that when you get into a fight for the first time, you throw up from the adrenaline. No fists were thrown, but I feel about the same right now. I bring my hands together to try steadying them. Jeez, I'm a wuss. I stood up to Mia with Olivia, and I end up in this mess. The final class ends, and I'm set free for the day. Stepping out of St. Hammond's main entrance, I'm surprised to see my friends huddling together in a tightly knit group. I usually don't see any of them after school. I always assume they left as soon as the bell rang. Hey guys, what's going... Inko! Damien looks exceptionally worried as he glances at me. Inko, you believe me, right? Pardon? Olivia's nostrils flare with an exasperated snort. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. What's the matter, Damien? When Mia asked about that nickname stuff from so long ago, I just blurted it out. She didn't say she used it for something so unscrupulous. I'm ashamed. It took me more than a moment to figure out what was happening. I guess Damien feels culpable for what Mia said, but why? You don't know what that word means. Who cares? Inko, really, I didn't mean for any of that to happen. Hey man, I believe you. Your heart was in the right place. Olivia told us what happened to Mia, calling her some nickname. Damien leans back over an unresponsive Mia, hands spread in supplication. She said you were there too. I was, yeah. Olivia, you loved that nickname back when we were kids. Damien's words were dismissed with a roll of her smoky eyes. He really didn't mean it, Olivia. I know already. For a split second, she bore row upon row of sharp teeth before gnashing her more in frustration. Olivia's nostrils flare out with a huff of hot breath again. I could practically see everything from her day finally weigh on her. You are just being you again, Damien. Sometimes I wish you weren't, but whatever. There's a grittiness to her voice once more, but she continues on. She holds her canteen up to her lips, but drops it immediately. Empty again. The grit in her voice is back, but she presses on. And a nickname is just that. A nickname. I don't want to hear it again. Especially from her. Especially if it's just to get under my skin. Olivia stares at Damien for a while before breaking contact to glance at Liz and I. Why not? Wait, did I say that? Why did I ask that? It just came out. Liz notices Damien still organizing his thoughts. Seeing as neither of the others are going to answer coherently, she sighs. Well, I wasn't around for this, but when they were freshmen in middle school, Damien and Olivia would take the bus every weekend to an arcade in the city. I guess he counted the nickname around then and it stuck. That's half right, but I didn't come up with it. I just bought a chunk of change for us to play stuff with each other. A match on just about anything there was a quarter. Probably still is. I don't think I ever won once. Once she stood to winning something, it's like a switch went off in her head. I never seen Olivia get like that. Some of the teenagers were watching too. They saw everything. A couple challenged her once I ran out of cash, and sure enough, she ended up clearing house all afternoon. It was all she talked about at school all week until we go back for more. Until we could go back for more. Only took like a month for her to be recognized as some local champion. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't remember really who or when, but I do know it's proof she's got that fire in her. Wow, yeah, I had fun back then. Guess I forgot I wasn't supposed to bring it up. Have things really changed that much? You did, and again. Damien hisses to himself. Sorry. Just can't help yourself. But you're right, that was the best time of my life. The name Hot Wheels belongs to 10-year-old me, not current me. Hey, that's a great story. To be recognized so well that you get a cool nickname. It sounds amazing. Being a champion, being a winner. Why all the disdain for the title? I'm not. What? I'm not a winner anymore. Because you don't go to the arcade anymore? If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's only like a half hour away. Olivia looks at Liz like she just recommended everyone watch the newest Netflix anime. Well, if this story is anything to go by, I'd like to see you be a winner again. Olivia's breath seems to hitch for a moment. I'm sure these guys want to see it too. Damien's the one that dragged you to our lunch table all this time, right? Look at him. He's nearly kneeled over because he's afraid of losing that part of you. And Liz? I think I like to see why you and Damien are really close friends. Yeah. Just as quick as I gained the bravado to speak up, my words left me immediately. I think I accidentally put Olivia on the spot there. What's ups? Well, her tail rolls along the ground, a bit in contemplation. If you guys really care that much... I wouldn't mind it from you guys. All at once, Damien lights up. Yes! Alright, Hot Wheels is back. You guys now refers to Liz and Inko. Haha. Damien's shoulder drops for a moment, but he quickly recovers. Hey, if we're getting the name out again, we should go visit the arcade sometime together. Together sometime. I'd rather not. Okay, then how about a better name like Defro? Olivia swung her tail around to trip him, but he's fast enough to jump over it. Damien's words flood out as he compliments new nicknames for Olivia to try and appease her, many of which are shot down by her or Liz and I, chuckling. Gradually our giggles died down, and the four of us chatted a bit more about the day in general. Eventually Damien and Liz headed their respective ways, with Olivia deciding to stick around. Most of the school has filtered out to their various homebound rides or to their after-school activities, leaving Olivia and I all alone. Hey, I'll roll with you. Really? I mean, I don't mind, of course. It's nothing. House is only a few blocks away anyway. Besides, I'm sure someone would beat you up and take your lunch money if I didn't. There's plenty of time to make it to the next train, so two of us take it easy. The sun finally manages to break through the autumn clouds, making the walk almost unreasonably warm. Man, I thought the last day of summer was weeks ago. Huh, it was. I don't mind it staying warmer longer, though. Feels pretty great to me. Olivia gives her chair an extra hard push, letting herself glide by unaided for long enough to stretch out her arms and bask in the sunlight. I might have figured you'd like the heat. Oh what? Because I'm a dino? No, not like that. I'm just playing. Relax. You're pretty touching that stuff, aren't you? The two of us finally make it to the train platform, nestled as it is off the main street. I can see the train a few blocks away, walking timed with its arrival perfectly. I think it's just important to be educated is all. Even if you're what? The only human at our school? Olivia flashes me a cheeky grin as my train pulls up. I got to admit, her mischievous nature is a little infectious. As the door opens up, I leave Olivia with one final jab, something I know she appreciate. Hey, whatever you say, Hot Wheels. I nearly dodged out of the way of her slashing claws, stepping smartly onto the train as the door closes. Inko, you son of a bitch! Get back here! As the door ding shut behind me, all I can see an irate and still blushing Olivia waving her fist as the train begins to pull away. Still giggling, I managed to squeeze myself into a seat next to a yellow-scaled woman, smelling faintly of hot dogs. You know, I may pay for that comment later, but the look on her face was totally worth it. As the school year progresses, the days start to feel like they're moving along much faster. The part of it may be the change of season, however slight that change may be. While the calendar says it's officially fall, the only thing I've really noticed was the increasing number of clouds in the sky. Better safe than sorry, which is why I brought my fancy compact carbon fiber umbrella. Still, things have started to be routine for me in the mornings. Wake up, throw on my clothes, consider eating breakfast before realizing I'd wrecked my stomach, walk to the station with a feather light umbrella in hand. And wouldn't you know it, I ended up having another chat with Mr. Ferris on the ride to school. Hello, Mr. Nito. How are you this morning? Doing fine, sir. Thank you. And how are you? I'm doing well. So my niece told me over the weekend that you and Olivia were in a predicament of some sort. Yeah. Olivia was picked on by someone, but it's not a problem anymore. I see. Well, that's unfortunate to hear, and strange, considering the substantial funding the school gets for an anti-student harassment programs. What good is all that tax money? Classmates are still ragging on each other. I mean, if it means anything, Olivia knows how to handle herself. I was there to support her. That's fine, but the issue is this sort of thing. But the issue is this sort of thing shouldn't be happening to begin with. That aside, Liz has gotten somewhat enthusiastic recently. Liz has gotten somewhat enthusiastic recently regarding Olivia. She's surprised at how animated she's gotten. Ever since that get-together at Randall's place, I think. I'd wager you have something to do with it, though. Maybe a little. Yeah, it was certainly rocky in the beginning, but we've been warming up to each other. It's nice seeing a different side of her, even if it's brief. I don't know. Can I take credit for that? We all have unique chances to make a change, Inko. If you're good at grasping them, then in itself is something to be proud of. That in itself is something to be proud of. How do you know it's really a chance to do anything? He lets out a deep, reverberating chuckle. Well, to flip our usual script and let you in on an old phrase a friend of mine once told me. If you see a fork in the road, take it. Yeah? Thank you, Mr. Ferris. Like my mornings, the school days have become a routine as well. Slave through PE with Damien, see Olivia's new doodles, and sketches in art class. Watch Liz lose her mind, tutoring Damien at lunch, talk shop with Ben. Though now I have to avoid Mia like the plague, because she's surely out to kill me. All I said, I think St. Hammond has been my best school experience out of... Man, I've lost count of how often I'd moved. Must be the fresh head trauma. As for today, it's been raining pretty recently, so Coach Solly made us play more dodgeball in the gym. Mia's definitely gunning for me the way she launched at me with the speed of a catapult. I rest in Adakan's class, popping my spine against the curve of my chair. Apparently today is a short day because of some assembly, so the period will end much earlier than usual. So it means we got most of the period to slack off, do homework. I glance at the desk next to me in hopes of catching Mia's latest artistic masterpiece when I notice she's not drawing, and instead only fidgeting. Hey Olivia, you seem a bit nervous. Everything alright? Oh, yeah, sorry. It's just that I've been hearing rumors about the school's shared drive might have been corrupted. Wait, really? Yeah, really. How would something like that happen? Not sure, but I'm scared that it must have messed with the art contest submissions. I think you should check on your own entry on the website. just to make sure it's okay. Technology, don't fail me now. With urgency, I take up my phone and type in the school's website. Fast fingers led me to the art contest tab. Can this loading go any slower? Finally, the page loads in and... oh. Looks like the submissions have been closed. What? I hold the phone up for Olivia to show her the page. The submissions have been closed since voting started last week. Oh. Sheesh, I thought Mr. Anakan had spooked me. Olivia's all seized up. Oh, that's quite reassuring. With the submissions closed, there's no chance of any hacker messing with them. Olivia doesn't seem convinced, still drumming her fingers on her desk. Hopefully, she'll feel loads better with the preliminary winner when the preliminary winners are revealed. Speaking of which, when are we? As the bell sounds, the class begins to pack their things, and Ida Khan corrals everyone into a single file line. Alright everybody, we have an assigned row, so stick together. Before I join the rest of the line, I look back at Olivia, who seems to be stalling. Come on, I'll walk with you. That seems to stir something within her. She glances up to me while hastily shoving her notebook into her bag. Yeah, I'm coming. As we head out the door, I notice Olivia shuffling her hoodie a lot. It's not a long walk to the auditorium, and despite Ida Khan's best attempts, most of the class splinters off to sit with their friends. Having expected this, he shrugs and makes his way over to the back of the auditorium, where the other teachers are. Olivia and I are left to the struggling crowd trying to filter into the cramped theatre of the school. It's going to be difficult finding some seats. It's fine, I have a spot. Olivia wheels herself down the pathway, to which I follow suit. She heads down the aisle until we are at the front row of seats. There's a vacant spot where a typical seat would be with a faded handicap sign. Olivia parks her chair into the empty spot, to which I take the seat next to her. Best seat in the house, right? Can't complain. As the hall fills with more students, my anticipation rises. Oh man, I can hardly wait for the announcements. So, do you think I have a chance? Huh? Oh, maybe. Photography isn't super popular, but... Olivia folds her hands into her lap, staring straight ahead as her voice trails off. I knew that, but I'm still hopeful. Hey guys! I have to remind myself that this is normal. Hey Liz. I can't believe it's finally here. Gosh, I'm so excited. Me too. By the way, where's Damien? Hey guys! I'm over here! Damien is in the far back of the auditorium, yelling and waving his hands into the air to catch our attention. He's going to get in trouble for that. Frowns, sit down! Damien immediately stops and takes his seat. With tempered expectations, we both sit in silence for just a few minutes before Principal Scaler walks on stage and taps on a standing microphone. Okay everyone, got a whole bunch of important announcements to make, so I'll make them quick so we can all have an early lunch. As soon as the idea of going for an early lunch is brought up by Principal Scaler, the entire room goes as silent as Virgil. guess when it comes to an early lunch, it's serious business. Over the next 15 minutes, Principal Scaler goes over important events coming up in the next school year. Olivia's kind of like, this is going longer than it should. Most I would consider standard things, like pep rallies, probably important for the sports teams, or bake sales to fundraise for upcoming field trips, and even something about new clubs being formed, such as the Japanese Animation Appreciation Society. Not the best acronym, if I have to say. JARPS? I'm not gonna try. Otherwise, it's mostly boring housekeeping stuff when one got right down to it. I almost wonder why some announcements warranted an assembly when the mood suddenly shifts with Scalar's big announcement. Next big announcement. Now that we got the main stuff out of the way, I've saved the best announcement for last. St. Hammond is proud to announce the 5 semi-finalists for the annual Fresh Start Art Contest. Cheers and applause roars. Oh, loud enough to make my ears ring. Yeah, I bet I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited for the reveal of just who made it to the semi-finals. Maybe I was giving myself a bit too much credit, but I really wanted to be among those semi-finalists. I could almost taste victory. In fact, I turn over to face Olivia and prepare to cheer alongside her, but I'm stopped in my tracks when I noticed that, unlike the rest of her peers, Olivia seemed to be uneasy about the prospect, almost scared even. Before I can ask Olivia why her sudden change of mood, Scalar continues with her next words, cutting my train of thought off. And here we have the 5 semi-finalists. The pieces of 5 skillful students who had beaten all the other competitors came up, followed by the names of the victors right above them. Alas, I see no photography submission in sight. At least I gave it a shot, right? Oh man, I didn't make it in. Liz's neck droops down like a melancholy noodle. I can't help but feel pity for the bummed out Brachiosaurus. Bzz, bzz. Checking my phone, I see, "Tell Liz to come back here, bro." I'm sure Damien's got that handled. Despite my sullen mood, I look back to the semi-final winners and can't help but be amazed by them. Each artwork is impressive in their own right, their colours blending wonderfully, and the figures beautifully designed. It's easy to see why these were voted as the winners. The last one especially catches my eye, and the scenic landscape of a setting sun looks stunning. If not for the slight stylization on the skyline and fantastical colour palette, it could possibly pass off as a real photograph with some filters pasted over it. I'm no art critic yet, but if I were, I'd label it as a masterpiece and easily beat out all of them. Easily best out of all of them. Let's give our winners a round of applause. The auditorium fills the usual kind of clapping one would expect in an event like this. Polite, with an underlying tone of disinterest, though one person felt compelled to constantly make a piercingly high whistle. We'll be displaying the winners' art pieces in the room 237. You're welcome to view them during lunch and after school today. Oh, neato. Principal Scaler continues the rest of the assembly, announcing other events for the school and other minor reminders. Behind me, I see the teachers starting psyching themselves up for the Herculean task of getting some 200 hungry teenagers out of the room and towards lunch without anyone getting killed. Principal Scaler pinches and waves back to them to signal it's time. Alright, we're going to start adjourning to lunch. You all know how it goes, so no just going for the exit. Being the first in a row, we are the first to get up. I follow behind Olivia until we make it to the hall. Hey Olivia. She stops and turns a bit. She's still anxious about the sight thing earlier. She looks a little pale. I want to check out the winning paintings a bit more. Want to come along? She considers for a moment. No, go on without me. I need to use the restroom. Alright, I'll see you at lunch. I'll see you at the lunch table then. Olivia nods and starts off down the hall, following the flow of students towards the lunchroom. Let's see. The principal said it was room 237. First thing I noticed walking into the classroom is the amount of people checking out the gallery. While I didn't expect to be filled to the brim with eager students, there's a decent amount of people here. About a baker's dozen or so. Maybe more will come when they're first up their lunches, when they finished up their lunches. Well, I'm here now. Let's take a look at the lucky winners. All the pieces are set on easels in the back of the room. Some desks and chairs are moved closer to the front to give each one its own space. One by one, I take a moment to give each canvas a thorough review. The auditorium screen didn't give the art justice, because now I can really take in the detail of each one by being close up. Color palettes, the brushwork, the subtle nuances. Yeah, I can definitely see all of them having a good shot for getting first prize. But now it's time to see the one I've been eager to get a look at since it was first shown. First, from what I recall from Mr. Artican's lessons, it's made with acrylics, explaining why the colors of it seem more vibrant. It stands out in defiance to the other paintings in the contest, most of which were either violently absurdist and meaningless or muted, still life-supporting objects. It's a matter of mystifying colors and organic lines, drawing the viewer deeper into the piece, and I feel as though it would be a place I'd walk up to within a fantastical dream. There's no rigid structure or first-force metaphors here, just fantastical merge of creative expressionism and real-world beauty. I feel my fingers itching for the familiar weight of my DSLR. This is a piece that I want to be immortalized in my portfolio. It's hands down the winner of the contest in my eyes. I simply must find out who made this. Looks like the breathtaking show of artistic talent was credited by semi-finalist winner... What? Inko G. Nito? 12th grade. That's a problem. Ah, Inko, I'm glad you swung by. Looks like you're admiring the art contest entries. I told you at St. Hammond's artistic programs were unparalleled. That's not mine. What's not yours? I tried to say more, but the words wouldn't leave my mouth. Ben's eyes followed mine at the bottom of the painting in front of me, and I watch as he makes the same realization as I do. Inko, you didn't... Did you paint this? I had no idea your style was so developed, so humble. If I had known... That's not my entry. It's not. No, mine was a photograph. But what's your name doing on this one? Must have some kind of mistake. A million scenarios came to mind. They must have got the names wrong. They must have got the wrong name somehow. But if I did, I think the real artist would have come forward by now. Then the submission must have been hacked or broken. Then the submission website must have been hacked or broken. But our school checks for stuff like this. If it was, we would have been known by now. Then, Inko, you sure you didn't submit somebody else's piece by accident? Of course I didn't. Why would I do something like that? You're the only one who can log into your account, Inko. Suddenly everything stops. My account? Did somebody... Look, relax, alright? We'll get this sorted, just don't panic. Ben lowers his voice. But Inko, just to be clear, what? You didn't just get an extra bit of help, right? Ben looks at me through the edges of his glasses, eye to eye. There's some real stakes in the contest. Cheating is taken seriously, especially fraud. The word echoed out inside me. Fraud? It makes my bones chill. There's a genuine, faker, liar. They're all bad in different ways, but fraud is just dripping with frigid condemnation. No, I swear, I submitted a photograph. Ben relaxes his shoulders. Alright, just making sure. Sorry to alarm you. It's perturbing how you could go from deadly serious to jovial like a flip switch. You're going to be alright? Sorry, I need some air. Hey, feel free. I'll let Scalar know, okay? Yeah, thanks, Ben. No problem. Take it easy. Ben offers me an earnest smile, waving at me as he steps out of the room and down the hall. After some time, I followed him, shambling down the halls. I try to make sense of what just happened. I thought everybody actually liked my photography, but they all thought I was some kind of expert painter instead. I don't even know how to express it. I feel empty. I thought my hard work was finally paying off, but I submitted the right entry. So what happened? Did somebody change it? And if so, how? Such a good piece too. What is even a gain by what is even there to be gained by putting my name on it? I wandered aimlessly through the halls. The thought of missing lunch passes my mind, but there's a different sort of emptiness pervading my stomach. Why is this rattling like me? Why is this rattling me like this? Like it is. Man, it's not like I'm in trouble or anything. Ben's helping me sort this out. I'm at a loss of what even to think right now. Ah, crap. Olivia mentioned something about server issues before. I couldn't see my submission, but was it just that? Maybe Olivia was right to be worried. Oh, duh. Why else would she be so nervous? My aimless walking leads me outside the principal's office in the gala. There's one cityscape painting from the start of the school year. The very first painting I ever saw here, and still one of the best. A vibrant cityscape that morphs the rigid structure of urban planning into a soft and inviting utopia as if it were from the eyes of a child. The sky above the city is a beautiful shade of crimson with vibrant colours. With vibrant clouds clustered along its length. If the art contest submission was the best painting I've seen, then this one comes close. I can only imagine the accolades you must have gotten for painting this back then. You know, for a while, I got to have bad experience. I got to step in the shoes of an artist much better than myself. Was that the intent? All the praise, approval, everything I've ever wanted? Just for a while, it was given by an anonymous stranger. Whoever that may be. Actually, this gives me a bit of an idea. If I'm clever, and Olivia's up for it, This can be a cool way to get her to show off her painting more. Everyone would like that. Maybe that's what she needs. I could act as like a professional publisher for her. I can act like a personal publisher for her so she doesn't have to deal with people. Huh. Wait a second. I peel down the empty hallway. I need to find Olivia. She couldn't possibly... But why me? Why would she... Think about it increases my worries and desperation to find who I hope Director Jesus isn't the culprit. I haphazardly check all the places where Olivia could be, but I couldn't find her anywhere. My hunt for the baryonyx leads me to the second floor of the atrium. That's right, guys. That's what she actually is. She's a dinosaur, and not a gator. Even though gators are technically dinosaurs. She's a baryonyx. It feels like there's a lead brick in the pit of my stomach as I internalize my current situation. The soft patting of rain hitting the window grabs my attention to see a gloom-covered Volcaldia outside. My eyes wander along the school's pathway, covered in mud thanks to the earlier rainfall. Wait a minute. Look, those look like tracks in the mud. I burst through the main entrance door and I'm met with a feeling of droplets hitting my head. Outside, a dark overcast has rolled in. The forecast called for an off and on rain during the day, but pretty gnarly clouds. Makes it almost dusk around. Crap, what am I waiting for? What am I wasting time for? I follow the trail with urgency, fearing that the rain will wash it away. It looks like it goes down the whole pathway. I ignore my clothes becoming oppressively damp and the water collecting on my shaves. Eventually, around the curve it leads to the grid, and see a distressing item at its ends. Wait, what? What the crap? A wheelchair. Olivia's wheelchair, empty of the occupant, topped on its side. Wait, where's it going? A new fear grips at me, born from the mental imagery provided by its side. Those cruel thoughts push me up the steps further than humanly possible, even as my mind tries to reassure me. Running across the deck, my breath is caught in my throat when I reach the middle. Oh, there she is. She's on the ground, head slumped down. There's damaged and soaked school supplies scattered all over the walkway. Oh God, is she okay? My foot shifts, trying to force me closer. Slowly, her head lifts up to the sound of my shoes squelching on the floor. Inko? Her teared eyes stare at me with a dead expression, and her voice sounds weak. Olivia. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Slowly, Olivia pushes herself up and notices that she's lying on top of a pile of... I know she's lying on top of a pile of paper shreddings. The feeling of release slowly fading away, and I remembered just why I was looking for her. We stay silent, only staring at each other as the rain continues to bear down on us. She simply sits there, letting herself grow more and more soaked in the rain. Do you want to talk? No, not out in the open. I grab my compact umbrella from my backpack and unfurl it. It doesn't do much to dry Olivia off, but at least she's not getting more soaked. The umbrella is placed between us and the elements against the ledge, forming a personal canopy above us. Here, now we're alone. There's a space next to Olivia to take a seat. It's odd. We sat together before, but sitting on the ground in the rain, and the room is just a little claustrophobic. There's bits of paper melted into pavement soaked by rain. Fort torn up and waterlogged. I can sort of make out a tree. A rough sketch of one anyway. Like the one that stood prominently in my false submission. So you did do it. Inko, please, I can explain. I didn't have a choice. What? I know what I did was wrong, but I didn't have it any other way. It wasn't a choice to not trick me. She avoids looking at me, focusing at the scraps of paper scattered about the floor like confetti. It wasn't a trick you, I get it, you're mad at me. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. I thought we were good friends. I wasn't expecting you. She pauses to give her throat some respite. Her usual water bottle isn't anywhere nearby. A shaky breath escapes her mouth. When you came around, I thought you were no different than the others. That you were some self-centered, pretentious midwit who only cares about his image. That's when I got the idea of using you to swap out your art with mine. You didn't seem like the kind of person who cared about how he gets the attention from others, just that he gets it. The description of my character feels oddly reductive, but the ache in my chest tells me that it hits a little too close to home. But that's not what I think of you now. Idakan's the one person I could trust. So when he went to bat for you, saying we'd make good friends, I was worried. What's so special about this guy? I honestly got scared he'd be wrong. That you'd be just like everyone else, and I'd be setting myself up for failure. But worse than that, Inko. I was afraid he'd be right, and I'd have to face to what I've done to myself. And now I've gone and done something like this. Switching my contest entry, she nods, swallowing hard. I wasn't thinking. Suddenly, everything was so out of balance. Everything I created, all my work, my own little world, was suddenly changing, and I had no control of it. I just had to do something. I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. She stops to process my words and continue. I knew I'd get caught. It's stupid. I was hoping for it even. Someone to figure out that it was swapped, so it will be changed and everyone will be none the wiser. She turns to face me with silver eyes, welled of tears. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I just don't want to go back to being the person I used to be. The person who didn't care about hurting you. Her head tilts downwards with a violent hitch of breath. Ivory claws extend and grip at her knees. A painful display, yet Olivia chokes back any sound she'd make. Her body shudders with every heavy breath from her, and I realize that every last defensive barrier she had was completely gone. Olivia laid herself bare, leaving only the crying girl desperately trying to silence her pitiful tears. I can't hear you. But with your unbidden words from Olivia, I'd have to be the heartless bastard and do anything but accept an apology. It's clear that the girl has been rotting in her conscience ever since. What she did was wrong, no doubt about it. Actually, I'm thinking like this one, actually. But why do all this? I'm gonna hate myself for thinking this, but she still hasn't really told me why she did it. I don't want to push the issue too hard, but if not now, when? Yeah, thinking the hate you thing sounds a bit harsh. I decided to go back the hate word. I just wanted to know why go through all the trouble. What were you trying to accomplish? I immediately regret my words as the pained grimace on her face drives home the mistake she's made. Even if I'm in the right to ask, I feel like the villain for pressing her, but out of respect for Olivia's feelings, I stand steady. Because to back down would be to denigrate her like all those people has done in the past. I want to see what people thought of my art without knowing that I was the one who made it. Why would you do that? It is not obvious. It's always the same thing. Yeah, this is the first option for anyone wondering. Her voice takes a deeper pitch. Oh wow, you're so talented in spite of your condition. This time it's a higher, shriller tone. Amazing! It's like you aren't disabled at all. Her voice returns, this time way down with contempt. For all their kind words, it always comes back to those empty platitudes. It never felt like they cared about me or my interests. It was always just blind praise because I'm doomed to never measure up to the same level of expectations. The worst of it came when I found out I couldn't even fail on my own. The sound of her talons tearing more paper on the floor enhances her heated words. Even when I intentionally do something wrong, someone's always there to pick up after me, or to assure me it's good in certain lines. She rips off more of the paper with every sentence. These are just old sketches from throughout the year. Nobody else has to live with that paranoia. That every positive word spoken and action taken to help you out is just someone acting out of obligation or insecurity. It got so bad at one point I was almost being forced to accept these freaking accommodations. I just ended up. She drops with what little remains of the papers, unceremoniously, cutting everyone out. I'm never going to come out on top, and I'm never going to be allowed to fail. Nobody's allowed to feel anything but pity for me when they meet me in guilt whenever they consider not giving me a free pass. Nobody has any agency, and that's just how things are. The bell rings from a distance, signaling the end of lunch. Within my mind, I can vividly imagine the sounds of our classmates grumbling complaints as they shovel to class. Instead, I choose to listen to the rain, how the soft pitter-patter of droplets land atop my umbrella before slipping gently to the ground around us. Internalizing that sound along the dimmer ambience and overall wetness has turned the tiny park I am accustomed to into a near alien location. I wonder myself if this is why Olivia came out here. In a small way, of all of her works seems to revolve around average places, but altered with unnatural and beautiful overlays, creating from the familiar and yet adding in the fantastical. I look over to Olivia, who seems to be lost in thought. That does sound pretty tough. You're going to be alright? No, honestly, that's only the start of it, but I don't want to No. You wanted to know, right? I want to tell someone. Anyone. Right now, it's just Ida Khan. It's just Ida Khan. I'm sure he's sick of it. Alright. This crap even affects my family. You say that like you don't know, you don't think they are. They aren't though. I can't change that. She sighs. You're right. I should be a bit more grateful to them, but at the same time, it's like all I know too fucking well. I could just hang out at the Pains for as long as I need to after graduation. They're just too nice not to. Any arrangement with my actual father could probably last indefinitely. I could just detach from society and leech off everyone around me forever, and it'll still just be pity and guilt. So you saw them at the pool party, they love you. I know, and I hate it, and I want to love them back, but I just can't, not now. I've already wasted so much. Who am I to suddenly turn around in my last year? I just want to get out of here, not waste their time anymore. Otherwise, I'll be the one hurting them, wasting all their patience and kindness for years like I already have. I'd never be in the wrong. Who the fuck wants a free ride? Who the fuck wants a free ride through a life like that? And that's all I've been waiting for. Waiting for me realistically. Damn it, why am I telling you all this? Olivia clutches her throat. Her voice has gotten strained and weak. It hurts to speak at all. But she's been just letting it all out. Well, what am I doing just watching? I'm such an idiot. I rummage through the inside my bag until... here it is. Pulling out a water bottle and offering to her. She eyes it on the ground indefinitely, then goes to drink it. The whole bottle is finished in one go, and she drops it into the growing pile of trash. Thanks. I give a silent nod. She looks off in the distance again, picking up her train of thought. That's why I had to do it. I had to know if I was really good at something. For once. Really generally good. No false praise. No parasocial relations where I'm verbally filleted so everyone else can feel better for it. I had to know my art was real. That I could be something for real. That I have a way out. A real way out. Ida kind of shows me all the time it's good enough. Fuck, why didn't I listen to him? He probably knows everything by now. Anyways, he usually does. Honestly, taking all of this at once is challenging to digest, to say the least. You said you expected to get caught? Yeah, I said I wanted to be. I wasn't even sure other people would see it, but if you caught it fast enough and switch it back, thinking it was a bug, then you started getting all this praise out of nowhere. Yeah, I did. Seems a bit sad in retrospect. Yeah. Around then it was really setting in just how badly I messed up. I tried to get you to notice it by showing me the submission yourself. Then you just go off the office and get it changed. Nobody would get hurt. End of story. But of course, you still had your own saved. You're always just so prepared for everything. She gestures to the crushed water bottle. Weeks going by, you get more praise. I get more nervous. Then today, and Olivia's hand finally found her lap, limp and spent. Here we are. My turn to say something, I guess. I just don't know how to process all this. It's not like friends come with instructions. My own thoughts are muddled, pushing me to find a way to comfort the girl before me. And yet to comfort her would be to demean her. And to comfort her would be to demean her like people have done in the past. It's so confusing, and frustration and pity mix haphazardly my stomach. It's nauseating. Pity for the girl before me that has wronged me, but not out of real malice. Frustration at myself because Olivia was right, having unveiled an uglier side of me I wasn't aware of. Yeah, I'll do the option. Let her fail. Yeah, because she does. I do remember that she wants to make a mistake. She wants to improve. She wants to turn things around by making people notice a mistake so she would understand. But it's okay. My thoughts land on what Olivia said early in conversation. You're going to tell Principal Scalar? Olivia flinches a bit. The principal? Why? About what you did. You said you expect to get caught. I can't tell him efficiently. Anything but that. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, that's the right one. Olivia shifts uncomfortably in her spot. Why not? If I found out, it's all over. Isn't that a bit extreme? Honestly, it'll be the end for you too. It's my turn to flinch. Olivia's getting worked up again. New fear starts spiking through her eyes. I don't need to ask. Olivia answers anyways. You didn't talk about it until now. After it's nearly a guarantee to win. With stakes? It looks like you were complacent. Or worse, like it was your idea. You'd be a fraud. There's that word again. Fraud. No. That word. All over my record. In senior year. When I'm about to have to find a career. Fraud. But even so, isn't it the right thing to do? I can handle it. Don't worry about me. Inko, please, no. There's more. I told you, I'm not eligible to even enter. I already won before. I got the notoriety and money. The winning piece is featured on the cover of Volcandaria Monthly, and even gets an article. There's more than a scholarship. It's a foot in the door. They can't do anything about the money. It's long gone. But everyone knows what I did. And it gets in those magazines. She clutches the sleeves of her hoodie and stares me dead in the eye. I need to graduate. I fucking hate it, but I need it. That's my only way out. My only way to actually go somewhere. You're putting all your eggs into that one basket. There's no other baskets. I just can't risk it. I know. I just carried on about why does nobody let me fail, but this, it's serious. They can't know. Please, Inko. I can't lose everything over this mistake. I just can't. I can't. Fraud. God, not that. But this isn't. Olivia grabs the sides of my jacket and yanks herself close. The motion tips the umbrella over. It slides a few feet away in the breeze. It makes her almost lost her balance and fall over onto me. Her breathing is erratic. Inko, listen to me. Please. I can't lose this. I can't be doomed to be nothing. This is all I have. You can't go to someone about this. I'm begging you. She's tugging me towards the ground. Closer to her. My jacket's starting to tear. I can feel the anxiety by how her hands are quivering with fear as they grip tightly at my coat. It's my fault, okay? Not yours. You don't need to make it your problem, please. Okay, nobody else has to know. It'll have to be our little secret. Olivia exhales and lets go. All at once she slumps down. I have to hold out my arms to stop myself from falling too. Olivia ends up slumping over my lap sideways. Ooh. Hey, you okay? No, I'm really not. The Gator girl tries to push herself up from my lap. Her attempt only ends her with her twisting on my legs and turning her face and chest upwards. She must be really exhausted, as even her attempt to blow her wet hair from her face is unsuccessful. God damn it. Is this what's all come to? I got away with it, too. Fuck. I'm just like Ben. You have energy to get up? Not yet. Olivia? What's wrong with Ben? How you like him? She exhales hard. Ben. It's all his fault. All of it. If not for him, I wouldn't be this thing. Some worthless heap. Unable to do anything. With nobody. With nothing and nobody. None of this would have happened. It sounds like something I shouldn't be prying into. You don't need to tell me. Yeah, I don't. But I did this to you. I should be honest. Can you get off my legs first? I'm starting to lose feeling. You too? Heh. Fine. Can you help me up at least? I take Olivia's shoulder and help her back into her sitting position by me. She just leans back against my shoulder. Sorry. Been a long day. I guess it's fine for now. Ugh, where do I even start? That Ben. I don't remember how we became friends, but we definitely hung out a lot in my last year of middle school. He didn't care that I was in a chair. Didn't treat me any different. He was so cool. What was the issue then? What's the issue then? Olivia boots my chin with a skull. Let me finish. He was cool, but in freshman year, back then, Ben was the only student council as a secretary. Was only in the student council as a secretary. I was looking forward to that yearly art show. Worked all summer for the perfect piece. Dreamscape. Disdain was heavy in her tone as she said its name. Yeah, it won. It wasn't supposed to. Once again, her eyes were getting teary. With rage this time, my mouth clicked shut as she glared at me, her eyes closed. Her tone was once again sorrowful. Ben started advertising himself as my friend, like it was some part of his own personality. The sigh Ben escapes her carries years of repressed anger. Even his friends started doing it too. Like being around me was an act of charity that made him feel better. He eventually told me to straighten up. I'll give him that. Her voice shifted again, but this time instead of a voice to lampoon someone, it was an eerie smile to Ben. I'm universally down on my luck. Not even a week later, people started walking up to give praise to my submission. It was the first time in a while I'd gotten a compliment for my work. I thought my submission was going to win. It was exciting. Until Damien showed me an article in a school newsletter written by a certain student council secretary. Half of it was the basic crap about the art submissions. The other half was about me. Ben had written a longer segment about the talented poor girl in the wheelchair and practically worshipped me for my own determination. Surprise, surprise, it wins by a landslide. Even when my piece won, all I could remember was that feeling on being handed a victory as charity. My whole summer, all that effort just overshadowed. And for what? A safety net that I didn't earn? He really thought I was going to thank him? That's the worst part, honestly. As if I would, after using me as a stepping stone to climb the social ladder. I couldn't take it anymore. I told him to get out of my life, and he just gave me this look. I'll never forget it. Genuine confusion, like I was an alien, like I was an alien for being upset. But what he said: "This is your only chance of succeeding out there." I wanted to just give it all up. But by then, the money, the exposure, this fucking safety net, I just took it. He was right. He was right, and I hate it. I really, really, really fucking hate it. So that's what's been between Ben and Olivia. I figured it was something, but geesh. After that, I just couldn't. I shut everything out. Everyone out. Everyone was fake. Everyone didn't want to know me. Just what I exist as. Even my own family. Hell, it's all his fault. All of it. Well, what? That's it. That's the truth. I just want to graduate and get away from here. From him. He ruined my life. Because of him, I'm not Olivia. I'm Olivia, the poor, sad cripple. That title was forever fixed to my name. Come on, that's not true. You're right, it's not. You're Olivia. You are Olivia. No. That's also not it. I'm not Olivia. I'm God's funniest joke. I nudge the umbrella back over to us. It goes back into the spot propped between us, recreating the canopy, shielding us from the elements. Olivia looks to me to gauge a reaction. That was the sort of speech given by someone that had years to think about it and holds it in. And it was the one she'd been waiting to give to anyone willing to listen, if she could just trust him. All of her pent-up angst against the guy that ruined her life, released at the moment she couldn't take it anymore. It can't get much worse than this for her, but she trusts me. What she needs to hear right now is you can still take back the reins of your life and your own mistakes. I take off my sunglasses and lean forward, placing a hand on her shoulder. She takes the moment to register a new sight and looks right at me, anticipating whatever I'm about to say. You're not a joke, Olivia. I appreciate you trying and all, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. All that shit is what made me into a nihilist. I wouldn't say you're a nihilist, Olivia. Plus, I don't think that's what the word means. You still enjoy some things. Got a better word? Well, there you go. That's beside the point. But Ed did something horrible. He didn't take your agency. Are you saying that I ruined my own life? Is that it? Annoyance bubbles within me as she argues back. She wanted to get caught in the act, yet Olivia looks at me as if I just spat in her face. Just what the hell are you getting at, Inko? What am I getting at? The fact that you can't keep using Ben's city toys as a crutch. Her breath catches. You need to take responsibility for your own life, and who you are, and what you want to be. My words finally catch Olivia off guard. They keep coming back, unbidden now. You say that you're a nihilist, yet you draw these amazing pieces that reflect these realistic fantasy worlds. And you say that no one wants to know for you. But you know you have the pains. Ida Khan, Liz, me. Can you really blame any of that on Ben? Even the art contest? Ben didn't yank some evil string of fate and make you swap your submission. You made yourself do it. I know it's hard. I have trouble with this too, but please, for all of us, take responsibility for your feelings, Olivia. Oh shit. Damn, mouth. My tirade is left Olivia staring at me, mouth hung open, aghast at what I had said. I hiss in realization and try to backtrack. I'm sorry. But fuck you. Stopping completely, Olivia's head raises from my shoulder and glares at me. Her eyes are heartbroken. They're enraged. They're looking at someone. They're looking at something to lash out at, but they're trusting. Fuck you for being right. I know that all, damn it. Got a second one to say it. Her eyes water and her head returns to my shoulder. Damn it all, Inko. I'm stunned as he presses further against me, even using her arms to tuck her legs closer. You and Ida Khan had. Fine. You're right, but how do I start? I have no idea what I should do. Her voice sounds so weak, but there's a conviction hidden within it. Honestly, she would have just mauled me for what I said. I can do this. Well, what do you think is wrong right now? You'll have to be more specific. Alright, what about Damien and his family? She hums in a thought. And then there's Liz too. All of them would probably like to hear thoughts. Yeah. What would I say though? Whatever you're feeling. Hell, just be more open in general would be something. I can feel her frowning, but also nodding against my shoulder. Fine, what else? Mr. Ida Khan? He probably already knows. What are you thinking? Yeah, he reads me like a book. Well, he'd probably like to hear you say it. Yeah, he would. And me too. You got your turn. You told me just now. You're my friend. I'm alright. Starting now. I feel her rumbling growl before she sighs. I'm sorry, Inko, for all the shit I put you through since you got here. Me being a real shitty friend. For you have put me with. I choose to be your friend, Olivia, so don't apologize for it. Olivia looks at me through the corner of her eye. Ben can't take agency, and you can't take mine. I'm choosing this. Huh. You're silly. Her words were strained and not for the lack of water. The regret in her voice was raw, along with the honesty. Thanks. and I forgive you. And once again, silence. I fumbled my sunglasses, debating whether I should be bold with him, given the rain. Might as well, I guess. They are prescription after all. Just lay back, listen to the patter of the rain against our little tent. Just her and I, secluded from the world that's done so much to crush her. Man, she's really leaning against me. I crane my neck so I can look at her. She looks so at peace now, even with the smeared mascara and wet hair. I'm starting to lose feeling in my arm though, and watching her like this is. Was that a snore? I guess she will be pretty tired. It's been a long day for both of us, even if it's only 4th period. Did I do it alright? Things turned out pretty okay, but I'm anxious. The best I can do is be there for her. In this case, it's letting her have my shoulder for a bit, pressing up against me. My eyes slide closed and I try to lose myself to the pitter patter of the rainfall. Oh my god. Olivia jerks herself up and starts coughing into her fist. Fuck, how long? About 5 minutes probably. Gee, sorry. You know, I remember when you got onto me just for sitting back near your back at the party. Shut up. Looks like you're improving a bit. Olivia bogs her umbrella, making it splash a bit onto me. Hey! Anyway, Olivia stretches over her arm. Things go quiet again. Olivia finally breaks silence. I know you can say you forgive me and all, but I still feel like shit for putting you through all this. Now everyone's going to expect you to be a skilled painting. They'll call you a fraud. Oh yeah. Just try not to think about it. Damn it, it's all my fault. Olivia rests her arms over her knees, and I'm surprised she managed to bury her long snout into them. And an idea hit me. What if you taught me for real? Olivia raises her head through her arms. Taught you? Painting, for real. It's like you say, I have expectations to fulfill. Would you teach me how to paint like you do? I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll forgive you if you teach me. You already said that. Olivia looks down on contemplation. Alright, I'll teach you how to paint. But you should know I'm a lousy teacher. You see my work in class, I'm a lousy student. I got a feeling I'll work out. Hey, don't make it weird. Yes, Professor Halford. Stop making it weird. I chuckle as I playfully shoved by her. After everything we said and done, things become quiet. Beneath the solace of my umbrella, we relax together. At least until Olivia begins shifting uncomfortably. I sit and watch as she takes her calves and shifts them to her side with one hand. Her tail comes round and presses into the paper-filled floor before her, and keeping her up tight as she starts to lean forward. Finally, at the strength of her tail and one arm, Olivia lifts her hips from the floor and swings her shin fully beneath her. She smiles and leans over to me. You're just gonna sit there? Crap, I guess I was gawking stupidly. That's just so fascinating. Seeing a girl maneuver herself in these odd yet well-practiced ways. I'm kinda jealous, actually. I wish I had a tail to do some of these things she could. I press my hand down on the floor and push myself up. I don't know why. I had thought to stand, but instead I shifted myself onto the kneeling position too. We're face to face now. Oh, For a split second, I feared the worst as Olivia drew me into a hug. I don't know what she would do, but I like this. For now, how strong her arms are, they were wrapped around my chest, feels exceptionally tender. My own arms have enveloped her, retaining the embrace in a similarly soft way. And as her arms loosen, I draw back. I thought I don't want to take my hands off her. That was nice. Don't make it weird. Sorry about that, yeah. The thought of the sound, rainfall, hitting the umbrella, my ears suddenly perked up at the noise of what it sounds like, squeaking. I look down to see that there's something shuffling in Olivia's pocket. A little beast emerged from its hiding spot with a squeaky yawn, to which Olivia offers a hand for her and uses the platform. Hey little guy, nearly forgot about you. Had a nice nap? That's a rat. Oh right. You two haven't met each other, Inko. This is Guts. Guts, meet Inko. Oh, hi Guts. I awkwardly wave at the apprehensive-looking rodent. Olivia lifts Guts to her shoulder gracefully, like her hand is an elevator for him. You brought him to school? Well, yeah. I just really needed him today since, you know, all the crap that's happened. She gave Guts a few scritches under his chin. I bring him sometimes when things gets roughed, and nobody noticed. You haven't. Touché. Adakan did once. He just told me not to let him run around the school. Otherwise he'll be considered a health hazard or something. The tardy bell rings out in the distance. We're late for our next classes. I'm sure Anakin will understand. Before I get back to class. Here, hold this. I gave Olivia an umbrella so she and the rat can stay dry while I go fetch the wheelchair. By now, it's settled some into the mud. This wheelchair has definitely seen better days. After dusting off the dirt and pulling the water the best I can, I made my way back. Thanks. She offers her umbrella back, but I made sure to hold it above her. I keep the wheelchair steady with one hand as Olivia climbs into the seat, using her tail to help herself up. We stand in the rain in silence for a moment, only sharing content glances. So what do we do about the contest now? That's a good question. Ben was there when I saw my name on the painting. He already went to tell someone. So like you said, no harm, no foul. What about your own submission? I ruined it. I scratched the back of my head. I wouldn't have won anyway. It's just a picture. Oh. I thought it was pretty okay. Who Knows Worlds from Olivia sends a strange flash of heat to my face. It's not unpleasant, but again, those honest words from her really do cut me through for some reason. Thanks. A large squeak draws my eyes to Guts as he stands atop of Olivia's shoulder. You too? A worried smile stretches across Olivia's face. I think it means Guts is saying it's actually so-so. Hey! Cut him some slack, Guts. Inko didn't have any time to make anything for the contest. He's got some high standards. Yep, it's why I've gotten so good. The sheer absurdity of it. I don't know which of us broke first, but our laughter fills the air, heard only by us as the rainfall cuts off all other noise. So, what now? I don't know. I don't want to go yet. Still pretty worn out. A smile crosses my face as a wink idea comes to mind. Well, too bad. What? I walk around behind Olivia, grinning like a mad idiot. Inko, what are you doing? Inko! Her head tries to follow me as I stand behind her chair. I figure that pushing a chair around is really tiring, so how about I help you out? Olivia blushes and looks away. Fine, but just for today. Turning the campus was certainly awkward. Passerby shot us looks. It's not the most common scene to see a girl in a wheelchair just rolling in the sopping rain and tracking mud in. Most likely, though, it was because said girl had taken to using my umbrella to hide herself from those looks. She was already red in the she was actually extremely red in the face. It was a conundrum: drop the umbrella and let people see her, or keep it up and draw more attention. Shall I name it Donito Firium? She's gonna kill me if I ever attempt to publish it. By making our way back to Olivia's current class, she simply shook her still concealed head. I didn't really have much of a choice. From all that I knew of a girl, her last classes were all in the upper levels. She was in possession of the elevator key, and I was in possession of the weakest knees here in St. Hamid, at least according to Coach Sully. So I wheelchaired my current photography class. On the by the way, she keeps bending her head back to peek at me. It's like I'm making sure I'm still there. Knocking on his closed door, the pterosaur professor didn't even bat an eye at the poorly hidden girl. He simply stepped aside and let us through. Ben was looking our way, but I chose to pay him no mind. After everything I heard, Olivia didn't even register he was there. He was here. She simply rolled herself back to the back of the classroom and through a door into what I always guessed was Ida Can's supply closet. You know what? I'm an idiot. It's a dark room, isn't it? The stares of my other classmates abruptly abated, thankfully, as our teacher continued his lecture. Taking my own seat, I focused on Ida Can. As much as I could, at least. My muddled thoughts kept me distracted the whole period. Just before the bell rings, Ida Can stares me dead in the eye. He points a stern finger directly at me, then to the floor to signal, "You stay." Once everyone has left, he closes the door and locks it. So, Gator explained. Explain, sir? He opens the door in the back and signals Olivia to come on out. The mud, the drenched clothes, the declaration of sanctuary. I was having a bad day. She's looking a bit better, still drained, but not shivering. Her rat sits on her lap, and Ida Can extends a finger to scratch under its chin. I can see that. Hold on, I get a drink of water. Yeah, my throat's sore and dry. Yeah, water. I can see that. He takes a seat against a nearby desk and waves a hand for Olivia to go on. When she doesn't, he shifts his hand to me. I look between the two of them. Mr. Ida Can's expectant leer and Olivia's pleading eyes. Ultimately, I shake my head in negative. I just helped Olivia get out of the rain. Of course. He slouches further on top of the desk. Can I tell you some other time? Sure. Whatever it was, it looks like you recovered pretty well. Olivia doesn't answer verbally, instead giving him a bashful smile and nod. Was it about your work again? Yeah. Oh, this girl. He turns to me and points a thumb at her. You know, the work she's so concerned about absolutely wrecks the grading curve in my class. For the sake of other students, I had to put a limit on extra credit assignments. Really? Yeah. Never before would I have considered such restraint. Why punish someone for working too hard? I would think of myself. Then 4 years ago, this little green goblin comes rolling to my class. Half a semester and more than a few angry calls about parents later, my hands were tied. Young lady simply does dang too much. Olivia smiles, but doesn't look up from a pet. It was that much better than all the other students? Well, no, I don't grade by technique. If you did, you'd be in big trouble. If I did, you'd be in big trouble, Inko. Olivia's work was very good even then, but the main thing I admire is how motivated she can be. She hasn't seen someone so enthused to just paint in years. Certainly haven't seen anyone so enthused I had to change the rules like that. You were worried it stopped me? I was. That definitely sounds like me, but it didn't stop you. Not even a little. Heck, that year you even got me to see some things differently. I don't think I even did anything like that. You did when you came in after class, the Friday before Mother's Day. Take a look at this. I'm handed the quill, and the first thing I know about this is how soft the feather portion is. It's a special pen you always use. It's actually for my wife. Whoa. Inspecting it closer, I can now see more details of the intricate details. From the faded engravings on the shank to the maintained but worn point. It's well made and kept, yet the feather and brass shows its age. She came in the afternoon with a whole stack of crumpled painting drafts. So frustrated she couldn't get it right, and was so determined to make it perfect. I say, any of these would be great. Your aunt would love any of these, and she fires back. If it's not good enough for me, why would it be good enough for someone I love? I did not have an answer. So I tell her to take a step back. We take a few hours to go over fundamentals once more. I sent her home trying to get it right over the weekend. And come Monday, she returns and hugs me first. That Friday night, though, what she said was on my mind. I talked about it all night with my wife, and then in that morning I decided to make a change for myself. My wife was molting at the time, so there was always a new feather or three in our blankets each morning. I took the biggest one, preserved it, and got a bit of help to make it into a real pen. And I've used it ever since. Oh, hello. This is Wani Hug the Gator. Thank you for coming to my stream. I'm just streaming a visual novel that I'm getting pretty into. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, shoot. My OBS being funny again. What the heck? Why did it sign out? It's so weird. What the heck? Why is my... Well, thank you. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good, well-written game, Leo. The writing actually hits. It's actually pretty hits when you get the right choices. The writing. Yeah. Yeah, check it out yourself. It's like available on Steam since last week, and I've used it ever since. It helps me remember to do my job right for the people I care about. And for the people my students care about. I think what it was, it's that childlike reasoning that comes so naturally for the youth. That reasoning, it makes a type of innocence, earnest dedication, something I think I've lost for a while. Don't give me so much credit. You haven't lost it, have you? Good. Don't lose it for me, okay? Okay. Anakan yawns and stretches. You feeling alright to go to your next class? Yes, I'm ready. Great. He claps a hand over my back. We should do this again sometime. Mr. Anakan ushers us out of his classroom as the late bell trills, handing us a note he rapidly scrolled on. Miss Prockley didn't seem enthused to see us come in late, but sighed as she read the late note from Ida Khan. As usual, I took my usual spot. I felt something odd in the corner of my eye. Looking up, I was to see Olivia looking my way, with that smile on her face, one that spoke so many words, yet I couldn't figure out what. All I could do in turn was try to make it before focusing on Miss Prockling's latest lecture. As more time passes, the contest fades in the background. Last week I had a scare with Principal Scaler, who called me to her office. I feared that they figured out what Olivia did, and I assumed I was a part of it, just as she predicted. Luckily, that wasn't the case. Instead, she wanted to inform me that they had no leads as to who could have done the swap. And since it was tampered, it'd be removed from the contest. No skin off my back, honestly. As compensation, she gave me one of the runner-up prizes. A coupon for some pizza with some Italian restaurant called Dynamo's. Not the biggest pizza fan, but not a bad prize to get after all this. Saving it for a rainy day. However, I found myself in a conundrum of my own doing. My peers' concerns about my entry were resolved, but I haven't accounted for a new question about my portfolio, my paint portfolio. A few times I showed my photography work. They were mildly unimpressed at best. They were never upfront about it either. No, instead I got the runaround. Oh, yeah, these are nice, Inko. Not bad, but what about what you did for the contest? I can't be mad about it, since it's just another misunderstanding. Unintended lie. From my side of things. But then I had a thought. What if it wasn't a lie? What if I was actually good at painting? And after working on it for the past month? Yeah, no, I can't screw this. For the past 3 weeks, I've been staying after school, making use of one of the club rooms to practice. Yushinko, did you listen to any tips I gave you? Using everything I had at my disposal, namely the textbooks from Mr. Adakan and the how-to tutorials online, I stayed as late as possibly tried to get the same skill levels as Olivia. As I stare at the horrific acrylic monstrosity before me, I can do nothing but weep at my own inadequacies. Not actually weep, but squinting at the Lovecraftian horror before me, and I can maybe see a little progress drowning in the madness of the excess paint. Olivia made a good point on the promise to teach me around the time I asked I asked Mr. Idakan to borrow the keys to the spare room. And while I memorized all the teachings down to the letter, what am I even looking at? Are you trying an abstract sort of thing here? It was an attempt at a self-portrait, actually. Could possibly post it online and some rich asshole would buy it. Is that good? No, never trust the opinions of people on the internet. I learned that the hard way. After a brief period of awkward silence, I let myself collapse on the stool behind me and toss off the oily apron in frustration. At this rate, I'm gonna be a double fraud or something. Crack. Shite. I don't have the entry to get angry. Freya looks better now, at least. How did Olivia get so good at this? Olivia, please. You've gotten to have some actual advice on me. She quietly hums herself, slipping away her notebook she'd had splayed across her lap into a nearby bag. Well, when I want to draw, it's usually because I got something on my mind. What, like inspiration? Kinda, more so that I just envisioned something. I want to put that on the canvas. I'm mute then. Jesus Christ, Damien. The door of the studio flies open and Damien quickly storms inside. Inko? Olivia? Are you guys here? He takes a heavy breath as his vision darts around the room. After a moment's surprise, I raise my arm to catch his attention. Damien, what's wrong? The hyperactive Diplosaurus spots me, taking a final breath before jogging over. Guys, I need to ask you something. What, is everything alright? Is something happening? I can't help but panic. I never seen Damien this flustered. Do you want to come to the arcade with me and Liz? Is that so? Yeah, that's what I said. Wait, when was this decided? I thought something bad had happened. Nope, just asking. Liz already has the car prepped and everything. Oh, I probably should have expected that, but still. How do you know we were here? I didn't. I just kept opening doors until I found you two. I've been at it for a while, actually. Damien's eyes dart to the canvas that lies on the floor next to me. You're working on your next masterpiece? Ooh, painting sideways is probably one of your trade secrets, huh? Olivia hides her snicker over hand. Don't worry about it, I won't tell a soul. Yeah, that's right. Don't tell anybody. I lean over, pick up the canvas, and place it upright, deciding to remove the ugly painting and place it in the corner of the room to dry. Anyway, how about it? To the arcade. The olive baryonyx fidgets, her brow lowered in contemplation as she considers the question. The arcade, it's not like I had any other plans today. Sure, why not? Alright, let's go. Wait, don't just... Inko, Olivia, there you are. Damien was taking so long to get to you, so I was about to come find you myself. This time both Damien and I are wheezing for air. Despite Olivia's protest and hesitation, Damien had wasted no time in grabbing her by the handlebars and sprinting for the exit. I had to chase after him. All the while Olivia screamed like a banshee as she was pushed through the hallway at a breakneck pace. Yeah, just decided to take a deep breath and stand upright. Olivia's claw have dug into her armrest and she's definitely trying to kill Damien with a glare, which he happily ignores. Why didn't you just mess me or something? I wanted to, but didn't want to ruin your concentration, man. So instead you kicked the art room door open? Yep. Liz had the good grace to look embarrassed on Damien's behalf. But yeah, gave you a little bit of extra time, right? You've been staying late for forever now. I can't hide the wince. It hadn't occurred to me that more people would notice. Ah, relax, not like you're the only one. Yeah, I sometimes need to stay behind for student council and club meetings. Right, sure. So, come on, the car's in the student section. A dino duo start towards the student parking lot, heading towards a rather old but well-kept sedan. Olivia grumbles herself, silently to herself, and follows after nonetheless. Come on, dude. It'll take a few minutes to get Olivia in, and then 30 to get to the arcade. It won't take that long, damn it. Olivia huffs and wheels herself to the passenger side, opening the door for herself. Do you need any? It's fine. To punctuate her statement, Olivia uses her strong arms to lift herself on her arm's rest, and when, with more grace I thought was possible, the olive-scaled girl, she managed to flop down into the passenger seat. I stared at the abandoned chair, wondering where to put it. I got room in the truck, Inko. Clunk. The trunk lid pops open with a heavy thunk to punctuate that. Takes more time than I had to admit to figure out how to undo the locks to actually collapse the chair. But once it's done, I'm able to slide it into the spacious storage area easily. Damien already hopped through the window of the front passenger seat. By the time I'm done, as if he'd practiced maneuver. Clank, clank, clank. I simply open the door behind Liz's seat and watch as a pile of soda cans empty onto the pavement below. Ah, sorry, those are from this morning. I just toss them in the back seat when I'm done. Surprised Liz didn't make you use a bag. I do. Damien pulls up an overflowing plastic bag as if it was a trophy. Why haven't you tossed all those bottles out already? I'm saving it for a project about recycling, plus I'm also going to use a couple of them for a sculpture. Saving the trouble of having to go out and finding aluminium, and I get to drink as much soda as I want. I don't really say anything as Damien scoops out the rest of the cans from the floor of the car and puts them into a new bag, which he then stuffs into the car's trunk before giving me and Olivia a thumbs up. Alright dudes, we are good to go. I slunk in the semi-clean seat, my hands stretched into the buckle of the seatbelt and brushes against something warm and soft. There's a tiny gap between me and the comfortable mystery in my hand is yanked away. Huh? I look at Olivia, her hand held to her chest. Her green face has a scarlet tinge and her mirror shade eyes glare holes through my head. You okay? The emerald scale girl turns her more from me. I stifle a mystery chuckle at that. The warmth of my palm fades, however, and leaves my hand feeling lost. Alright, all safety checks are done. Okay, all safety checks are done. Yeesh. Just how flexible is a Brachiosaurus's neck? Like, golly gosh, I can't be comfortable. Liz gets into the driving seat and grips the steering wheel. Outside, she cranes her neck to check on the mirrors and tires. Wait, Liz drives with her neck sticking out of the side of the window. Liz pokes her head in. What's that? Her neck snakes around inside and coils around the hook in the middle of the car. With the practical motion of her neck, continually coils till her head sits on top of the neck roll, as if no different from someone putting on shoes. Kind of looks like a giant scale-covered scarf. This is even still enough space for her to see the windows and check behind her. Inko? Wasn't anything important. Alright. But the city, right? I've actually been wanting to see it a bit more up close for Ida Khan's class. Do you know how much gas, Damien? Do you know how much gas money it burned through to take a detour around here? Good, cause neither do I. Let's do it. What? Hey, what? No. I barely have enough as is. The view on the way is fine. I'm looking forward to it as well. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll point out some stuff I remember along the way. You're my tour guide now. Don't make me change my mind. Glad that's settled. Everyone buckled right in. Liz pulls away from the school parking lot, starting down the opposite direction. I've always entered and exited. Weird to think, but the edge of my world was as close as a right turn of my own school. Then again, I still haven't been living here long. Anybody want a station? I don't think I've ever listened to radio here either. Liv and Olivia hardly seem to glance in Damien's direction as well. Suit yourselves. Within a span of a few seconds, the natural ambience of a road is replaced with the loud sound of decades-old rock music, sending vibrations throughout the car and everybody in it. Just as fast as it comes, however, it stops as Liz haphazardly yanks the volume knob counterclockwise, turning down the music to a bearable level. Damien frowns for the moment, but it doesn't seem to contest the decision. Bzz. What the? I turned off all the notification stuff except the messages and calls, and between all the people I messaged, there's only one who wasn't in the car. Checking the screen, I see... Any song quests, man? Seriously? I don't know, Damien, as long as it isn't twangy country music. Sure. Wait, you've been texting? How long? Yeah, since the first week of school. What the heck, dude? Let me see your phone. I hand over to the contact creation page. She taps the first few numbers and pauses. Then sheepishly yanks her phone from her coat pocket. She doesn't know her own number. Olivia finishes tapping her own number in and hands it back. She enters herself as live long. Huh? Sounds vaguely oriental. Bzz. Test. Yep, got it. Bzz. Of course. I wasn't called for. That's why I sent it. She giggles at her own joke, and despite being the butt of it, the mood in the car is too high to hold against her. Before long, the dense forestry starts giving way to more urban developments. More and more decorative palm trees start dotting the path as well. The silhouette of the city gets closer, and we approach one of those spaghetti junctions leading up to it. The result of decades of poor infrastructure decisions, multi-million-dollar projects promising to fix it all. The traffic, if they had just built one more overpass. Olivia paying attention to her phone, she scrolls lazily through some form. What's so funny? Oh, nothing. Hey, Lizard Lounge. Oh boy, you're still browsing that, Olivia? Yeah? What is it? Don't tell him. It's this exclusionary chat room. They only allow dinosaur women. Men and rather specifically human are banned. Racial segregation! Olivia showed me once, and the people on it are really weird. Humans are banned. We weren't supposed to tell them. It's the last safe house for us on the internet. I think there's probably better places for that online for you to associate with. Tell me about the racial segregation. It's not that. It's just how it has to be for our safety. Some dino girl can be doing anything all that at all, and there's always at least 3 guys in the comments saying she looks like. Don't say it. They also really bring down the quality of the site. Look, it's explained in the rules that humans have 1/5 attention span of dinos. Liz groans while Olivia shows me the phone. The graph is blurred to hell, and I can't make up most of the text. I don't know how I feel all about this. What's not to get, Inko? Think about it. You're in history class. It sucks. So you just remembered. Wait, second. I'm a human, and I stopped listening. Wait a second. I'm human, and I stopped listening. Wish I could do that. According to Lady Hitler, here you can. It's just a funny group of women like me. Lay off. Let me have it. You don't really believe that stuff, do you? Not really. It's just the rules of the place, alright? Okay. Olivia sticks the phone back in the pocket of her huff. Ugh, was the ride to the arcades always this long? I think we're about 20 minutes away from the arcade still. Don't worry, Inko. The water fountains are intricate. Shut up. Damien cackles to himself. Alright, I hope the place still sells those hot dogs for just $1. There's no way anyone anywhere sells hot dogs for $1 anymore. Yeah, but it did. It was great. Olivia and I would save our lunch money just to go here instead after class. I don't think I ever trust if it were that still that cheap, honestly. You ate a dog off the floor once. That's different. Damien feels the air of odd tales of his and Olivia's adventures in the arcade. She'd occasionally chime in to correct him on whatever over-embellishment. Even as the last remnants of suburbia melt away. And skyscrapers overtake our view of the world outside. Finally, I'm in the big city. Here we are. I'm always disappointed where we pulled into the arcade parking lot. Large glass windows covering in sun-bleached promotional leaflets adorn the front of the arcade, and the building itself looks a couple decades old. This place was probably successful in the past, but I can only imagine that they break even nowadays. Maybe, though, the recent resurgence of retro deco could change that. I can show you more of on the return trip. Come on. I guess you must have seen my brief hesitance. Liz unlocks the truck, and I hop out to get Olivia's chair. As I attempt to heave the thing out of Olivia's truck, it takes more considerable effort than I'd like to admit. Now, how do I unfold this blasted thing? I think there's a spring-loaded? Jesus. As I make sure that all my fingers are intact, I can see Olivia snickering through the passenger seat. Inko-san, you have much to learn. Observe. Olivia makes sure the brakes are held and heaves herself over in one motion. The chair is forced upon by momentum alone with a loud crack. She gracefully rolls by me, tongue stuck out in a smug victory over my ineptitude. Ready? Sweet! Damien hurries us inside, and I can tell he's most excited to be here out of everybody. Dude, this place is bomb! Dude, this place is the bomb! We used to scrounge for change to come here after school. This place is a buzz of activity, flashing machines, all competing for attention, and gamers excitedly conversing. I leaned in a bit closer to Olivia. It's pretty dang loud here. You're gonna be alright having to speak up more. Of course I am. What do you take me for, kid? Sorry. I appreciate the concern. Liz growls as she peels her boot from the Lord of the Loud. Ugh. Damien, you could have warned me about. Damien taken off towards a nearby coin machine, a fistful of bills at the ready. I could have told you too. I've been here before. Why didn't you warn me about the stickiness? Olivia shrugs. Liz's head lowers to bridge of snoot pinching levels. Well, you two kinda dropped this on me at the last minute. But I still remember this place pretty well. Great, you can show Inca around. I'll go with Damien. Liz meekly puts her pointer fingers together as she looks at the salmon frill team. Those two-player gun thingies look fun to try out. You mean the light gun games? Yeah, those ones. I can't put my finger on it, but something tells me that Liz was banking on splitting apart from the start. Though it would have given me an ample opportunity to have some alone time with Olivia. Just to get to know her more, of course. Liz, I think I broke this one's joystick. Liz sighs heavily through her nose. Seriously, Damien? Oh, come on, it's perfectly even and fair. Sure it is, Liz. We could all just stick together. The long-necked dino looked around the arcade nervously. As much as I want to protest the suggestion, it might for the best. Liz wants to stick with Damien, probably to make sure he doesn't do more damage. And Olivia knows this place as well, so she knows all the best games. We've already been spending time together after school, so why not? I'm not against the idea, just, alright, glad you agree. Liz takes this as her cue to leave, and she quickly pulls Damien away deep into the arcade. Meanwhile, Olivia begins to roll ahead, but stops to give me an annoyed look. Come on already. Alright. As soon as I step close to Olivia, she resumes her casual roll down the aisleway. Olivia's eyes seem distant as she looks over the various game cabinets in the room. Silver Iris's dance to and fro, a soft hum resonating from her mouth. I try to follow where her gaze lingers, but she seems to constantly drifting to something new every other moment while deep in her own thoughts. And as we carry on slowly, the creeping awkwardness in my stomach gnaws away at me. I have no clue what I'm doing right now. The point of his execution was to relax. It feels rude to interrupt her, but she definitely knows better than me. Say, Olivia. My voice brings her back to the current moment of the start, her hands maneuvering a chair around to look at me fully. What game should we try first? What game should we try first? The Bryonic shrugs his shoulders. Anything. Okay then, how about one of your favorites? My favorites? Yeah, you used to come here all the time. I'm sure you got some you prefer. The look of surprise from her is quickly hidden by her turning her chair back around. Fine, my favorites then. My favorites. She pushes a wheelchair of purpose towards a particularly large screen in the corner. Looking at it closer, there's a large block connected to it. Dull multicolored sticks hanging off the sides with wires. Oh, damn it. I look at the title above the screen. Ruin Robbers. I look at it more and I see splotches of fresh paint barely covering poorly done marked graffiti. Olivia's pout is so prominent as she glares at the base of funny looking block before the screen. They updated it. Tertiary better than alright? Her pout breaks, transforming into a depressed frown as her eyes seem to gloss over. I followed her gaze on the metal plate at the best try. Case of the metal plate at the best to try to better understand. Machine looks pretty well tamed if you ask me. Something wrong with it? They added a foot pedal for the cover action. I test the pedal, feeling sync and notice that the video demo on the screen changes to a screen with a bunch of ass with numbers next to each instance. This sucks. Olivia hands curl into fist as she glares at the machine. A twinge runs through my chest as I looked back at the frustrated diner girl. One aspect of her favorite pastimes has been changed in a way that almost robs her of it. The thing strikes a painful chord in my heart, though I know I had zero hand in the game update. All the same, to see the clover-scaled girl look so more so. I turn my eyes away from my feet, the sensation leaving as I do. And a flash of the brilliance overcomes me as I look at my loafers. Hey, I got a better idea. She cuts me off with a growl. I know what you're gonna say, and the answer is no. So you're willing to give it up just because you can't play it easily? Yes. Olivia's response leaves me a bit flawed. Her hateful eyes leer venomously at a former favorite game, but I know my idea will work. Okay, you play then. I ain't paying attention. I can handle the pedal work. I'll handle pedal work. Olivia's words are left hanging as he tries to visualize what I'm saying. A confused gaze wanders between me and the flat rectangle on the floor. The whole time she looks so goofy. I have to withhold a chuckle in fear of her clawing me. She must have realized though as he snatches the light gun from my hand, her cheeks bearing a red hue. Fine. One game. She looks at the light gun in her hand and takes a deep breath. You better do your job right, Inko. I give Olivia a nod as she rolls herself in front of it, right to next to the arcade machine. Gimme. She reaches out for my hand and goes to take it before I can respond. She takes it for a split second and then moves down to grab my wrist instead. Her scales are soft and cool. Hit the pedal when I squeeze, capiche? I nod in affirmation, and Olivia blasts the start button into pieces. Not so tight. Not so tight. Dude, hit the damn pedal. It's like playing with the controller lag. Inko! Sorry. Holy crap, this is worse than I remembered. Hi, it's me. I'm the guy that makes sense. Here you can see I put the respawning enemies in front of the place you're forced to cross. I came up with this idea while eating a bird. I don't even want to staple ears to me. Fucking damn it, not again! Whew. This game sucks. Wanna play again? She's a bit intense. When Olivia finally releases her grip on my wrist, I feel my blood rushing through the imprint she left. We end up playing 4 or 5 games total. That's probably enough. I'm gonna move on. You? Are you sure? I want to keep you here all day. Olivia looks over the machine one last time before sliding the plastic gun back into its slot. I'm still a bit disappointed they changed it, but thanks. Alright. There's better games around anyway. Let's go. Astray from before I really got to know Olivia. Kareen's to the forefront of my mind. Sometime along the way, people started calling her Hot Wheels. Don't remember really who or when. But I do know it's proof that she's got fire in. She's got that fire in her. A fire in her. Before she can roll away too far, my hand holds one of her chair's grips and jolting a dino girl from her sullen stupor. Say, I've got an idea, Hot Wheels. Why don't we try the fighting game you were so good at? Fighting game, Olivia's jaws click shut and her hands ring together tightly. Arcade cabinets can't change, right? I mean... Her gaze turns towards the opposite of the end of the arcade, and I can hear the loud howlers of competition from there. Come on, Hot Wheels, what do you say? The name seems to invigorate her. Her glacier irises hardening and her ivory claws touching at her wheels. An eerie grin creeps across her features, tongue polishing an incisor as her predatory eyes latch onto the particular cabinet in the far side. Olivia picks a direction and speeds off, parting the sea of sweaty dinos and leaving a small space of safety in her wake. After a short while passing some digital pachinko machines, she looks back at me for a moment as if to confirm my presence and say don't lose me. She then yanks her wheelchair to launch herself through the building towards a new destination. What? Hey! I finally give chase as best as she can while avoiding the rest of the awestruck players that just witnessed the high-speed dino girl shoving him aside in her wake. As I get closer, the atmosphere seems to grow thicker, the very air becoming dank and heavy, almost as if someone dialed a humidifier up to 11. For a second, I have to stop in my tracks to catch my breath and try to cool down as my shades begin to fog. So this is the power of the fighting game crowd. I've heard things, but I always thought they were jokes. Through the fog, I spot Liz, or rather Liz's head, sticking above the crowds. Yo, you found us! Getting closer, Liz and Damien's head came to view. Olivia stops and checks one last time, but I didn't get washed away in the crowd. She then moves past Damien and Liz, coming to a screen halt next to a particular cabinet that's been occupied by somebody else. She removes a shiny coin from her pocket and places it firmly down on the controls of the current player, who hardly glances at her. As I step closer, I'm able to overhear the exchange between the two dinos. The greaseball ankylosaur, even without looking away from the cabinet, starts rattling off his credentials to Olivia as if it was a job interview. You know, I'm the best Jurassic kick player this side of Volcadria, alright? Double S ranked. 3 online tournament wins. Besides, it's 50 cents, not... Shut up and nut up already. Olivia's voice causes Ankylosaur to grimace and finally turn his head. You really want to try me? Look, Tiny Tim, you gotta know I'm... His jaw closes shut as his eyes manage to sweep above and then down to Olivia. His eyes squinting as his retinas slowly adjust to the low lighting of something not displaying brightly colored pixelated characters. Bro, you know you can't be bringing chairs over here, not after last summer. Olivia growls and raises a fist, and I think the pale, stealth dino finally sees who is challenging him. His maw flaps helplessly as he tries to explain himself, just before just stopping himself completely. Never mind, sorry. The Gator girl sighs and taps a finger on the quarter she placed down. Will says he can't refuse, right? He tilts his head in confusion. You know, you look to be the new champ here, right? Yeah, I am. This is the champ's cabinet, right? Damien comes over by his point, followed closely by Liz's head. Champ's cabinet? Unofficial, but that's the oldest one here. Been here since the dawn of time. It's like sacred or something. I look over the old machine, the paint on it chipped and possibly covered in marker ink to the point where the only legible thing on it is the juvenile edit to the game's title. This thing? Yeah, man. They only let the head honchos actually use it. If you spot trying without credentials, you end up headbutted. That's bull, but I believe it. I look back at Olivia, who's been having a withering stare down at the squat guy she challenged. Look, lady, I'm a big deal here. Buster Nuts, crown champ in all of Volcaldera. This particular Jurassic machine's got a history. It happens to be the same machine that DNO the Rex Go managed to parry. Quit stalling and fight me already. I'm not, I just, setting a stage is all. Plus, I think you're the only challenger I've got. I look around noticing that there was now a group surrounding us. On my title as champion, I'll take all comers now. A hush whisper goes through the crowd. Finally, I form a line now. Okay. Tallest to smallest. What? No cutting. Oh heck yeah, we're gonna wipe the floor, Buster. Wait. What? I don't even play video games. I'm not really a gamer either. Too bad. Consider it the blood tax. I want to protest Farrah, but Olivia's head turns towards me with a pleading look in her face. Besides, you think I want to put my hands on that thing? Who knows where we're in Inco? Yes! Come on, Liz. It won't be that bad. You're still by the Brachio booth, right? Hold tight, I'll come get you. Danny pushes through the back. Danny pushes through the small crowd around us, following Liz's neck to find the rest of her. Her head swerves around and gives chase. Oh, please not to be falling on deaf ears. Please do not have to play falling on deaf ears. Brachio booth. The arcade is claustrophobic, so brachiosaurs would tend to bump into everything, including each other. There was some lawsuit, so now there's a few platforms placed where people like her can sit and reach everything. There's even some water fountains attached. Doesn't stop things from getting tangled when there's multiple, but it's something. Lore. In the end, Liz must have relented, because she shuffles up to the rest of the group. Fine, let's just make this quick. Liz reluctantly steps forward towards the arcade cabinet, a crooked smile forming on the self-proclaimed champion's face. Doesn't take long for Liz to completely lose. The large ankylosaur hand moves a blur as they dance across the control, pummeling their digital opponent to the ground. As boastful as he was earlier, he at least proved that he was skilled at Jurassic kick, the screen displaying perfect after only a minute against Liz. Liz crosses her arms and starts heading back to her old seat in the booth, head in tow of Hal. Buster leans his head back against his clasped hands to make a show that it was no big deal. Next victim, Damien struts to the cabinet and jams his hands in his pocket for his change. Is there a whole piggy bank in there? Haven't seen your group around before. Tourists? Huh? No. Huh? Oh, nah. Liv and I used to come here all the time. Life's been tough, you know, so we got some friends to come along this little trip down memory lane. Lighten the mood a bit. This place hasn't changed much in years either. Aha. He hoists a quarter high and jams them into slot. Once more the light screens up and the character selection screen busts in. Buster considers the selection and openly chooses the same character. Damien jams out the... What's up with that death glare? Damien just picked a counter to his character. Probably expects us all to be beginners. Buster does seem a bit more tense now. Been a while since then. Explanation is cut short as our words take on a scratchy quality to them. Hey, you okay? What? I'm fine. I can go refill your canteen pretty quick. Sure, thanks. She reaches behind her and unhooks a severely dented water bottle from her chair. There's something to look into for Christmas. That Buster guy said there was water by the Brachio booths. Although I can't imagine the water here is very good. Christmas for what am I thinking? I haven't gotten any gift like that before. Focus, Inko. You're just getting some water. I head deeper into the arcade towards the center, passing through the aisle lit by game screens. You guys are done already? No, just refilling Olivia's bottle. I guess I'm gonna miss Damien's match. Say Liz, Miss Sticker here, what is it? Head comes in as close as she eyes the weird brand in the canteen. Oh, that's almost some really old show. Like back in the 90s, old. Why? Just curious as all. Well, I never really asked Liz about it. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should. After all, I think I recall watching a video essay about it. Though I could never really get into older stuff. The animation always looks so choppy. Recapping the bottle, I lead Liz's head back to the fighting game section. It's surprising that Damien and Buster are still playing, this time both of their hands slamming furiously on the controllers. The crowd even formed around the duo, exchanging low whispers as they watched the old CRT screen. I picked out Olivia at the front of the crowd, close to the cabinet, as she was able to clearly watch. She's hyper-focused to the point where she wished that she then swished the bowl in front of her and face just to lean over. Where I swished the bottle in front of her face, she just leans over to keep watching. Evil it is then. I hold the canteen above her muzzle and carefully tip it over until a few drops fall on her face. Her tongue laps along her lips and swipes the nourishing droplets before glaring at me. Hey! Here you go, fresh from the latrine. Huh. She takes the bottle and downs most of it right away before clearing her throat. Thanks. How's Damien's match going? Well, he's getting too aggressive. Is he? Yeah, Buster picked a rushdown character, so Damien picked a zoner to keep Buster at a distance. Problem is that zoners are notoriously bad when it comes to footsies, and are even worse with mix-ups. Which means that if Buster was able to get into Damien's hurt box, he's gonna be super punished and might even lose set in a single... Wait a second, I'm human. So Damien has to keep his distance. Oh crap. Olivia and I watch from the sidelines. Over a few seconds, Buster pulls off an impressive series of moves that crushes Damien's character to the ground. Almost like he was waiting for us to get back. Wow, he actually knew how to play. Buster jams an accusing finger my way as a thought marking me for death. You're next. I'm actually gonna leave this for another time. I hope you all enjoyed my stream. I'm getting mighty tired right now. Anyway, take care everyone. Peace out.